this channel. Finally, the time has come when we are going to have our discussion on understanding the yearly planetary movements in the year 2021. After whatsoever we have faced in this particular year, where we are moving ahead with this hope that 2021 is not only going to put an end to all of our miseries, but also make us open towards all the opportunities. So what I'm going to do in this video is that I've already uploaded a video where I have explained you the planetary influence in the form of numerological numbers. How could we decode the energies of 2021 as per our personal year? If you want to get a clarity, you can also watch that video as well. I'm going to mention the link of that previous video in the description box of this video. And in this video now we are going to focus only on the astrological planetary involvements and contribution to the year 2021. So guys, I'm going to divide this video in two parts. First part, which is going to remain common for all the 12 ascendant natives, where I'm going to explain you the major transit movements which is going to happen in the year 2021. And in the second part, we will try to understand what 2021 is going to bring specifically for you. Whatsoever planetary transit movements we are going to discuss in the first part of this video, how is it going to affect you as per your ascendant in a very customized way. So okay guys, let's just start our discussion on understanding the major planetary movements in the year 2021. It's very simple. Whenever we have to look at any particular year's theme, we always give emphasis and more emphasis to the slow moving planets, because they have the capacity to bring a major change in our life, to lay foundation to something very substantial which we want to achieve. So from this particular perspective, we generally give emphasis to the transit of the planet Saturn, because Saturn stays in one zodiac sign for around 2.5 years. Second priority always goes to the nodes Rahu and Ketu, because they also stay in one sign for nearly 1.5 years of time. Then the third priority goes to the planet Jupiter, because Jupiter's stay also stays in one sign for near about 10 months to 1 year of time. So first we are going to discuss how Saturn's going to behave in the year 2021. Now just because I have already explained it to you that Saturn generally stays in one sign for nearby around 2.5 years of time, but behind each zodiac sign in our Vedic astrology, which is very comprehensive, which is very layered and detailed, behind each zodiac sign there is the energy of 3 asterisms, 3 nakshatras, which provides their energy, their contributing qualities to the functioning of that zodiac sign. So guys, in the year 2021, Saturn is majorly going to spend most of his time even behind the Capricorn in the Shravan Nakshatra. Now you need to understand first what are the underlying qualities of this asterism, this nakshatra, which is going to influence the behavior of the Saturn, which in a way is going to affect all of us. So I mean to say, whenever we have to talk about the Shravan Nakshatra. So see, Shravan is a nakshatra which is being ruled by the planet Moon. Shravan is a nakshatra which lies in the core of the Capricorn zodiac sign. Now Capricorn has a region from 10 degrees to 23 degree 20 minutes. Whenever we have to talk about Capricorn, the first thing which comes to our mind is about organizational skills, about very career driven approach. So I mean to say, all of these qualities which you must have heard or which you must associate with Capricorn zodiac sign underlies and get kind of compact in the functioning of this Shravan Nakshatra. So the way it has been described in our Vedic scriptures is that just because the ruling deity of this star Shravan is Lord Vishnu, which in itself is a preservator, and the goddess Saraswati, which represents all form of knowledge, all form of wisdom, all form of learning. So the thing is, in the functioning of this Shravan Nakshatra works in a way where a lot of emphasis is being given to your discipline and moreover and your capability to access all the form of wisdom and knowledge around you. So a lot of emphasis is being attached to the listening. So now what is going to happen is that in the year 2021, when Saturn will be transiting this Shravan nakshatra, it is good in a way that, for example, rather than being very acting like someone who is bit nonchalant, who is not very concerned, or who is kind of bit unconcerned about the wise advices of the other people, your behaviors, your endeavors have to be receptive enough in order to understand the goodness, the wisdom around you. You have to be, get into that meditative stance where you have to listen to your inner voice. I mean to say, guys, had there been a planet like Mars, if it will be transiting this asterism, which all about sharing of the knowledge, being accessible to the knowledge, then we could have said that for Mars, being proactive could reap you the results. But for a planet like Saturn, which in itself represents discipline, being passive qualities, the transit of Saturn in this Shravan nakshatra could be looked at from the perspective that this year, something concrete is definitely going to happen in your life. Some good opportunities you're definitely going to invite in your life, even from the meditative and the spiritual elevation. This year is definitely going to be very, very eye-opener for you. But the only thing is that you have to remain open towards listening to the wise counsel around you. So this is something, guys, which you can associate as the behavior and functioning of Saturn in the year 2021. Now the most important part is that, see, the first charan or the pada of Shravan is being ruled by the Aries Navamsa, which is all about logic, career oriented drive approach. You can associate with it. The second pada of Shravan nakshatra is about the Taurus Navamsa, where the emphasis is put forth more on the organizational skills, about fixity in your your approach towards the fulfillment of your goals. But the most important part is that, and where Saturn is going to spend a majority of its portion of time in the year 2021, that is going to be in this Shravan's third pada. So now third pada is being ruled by the Gemini Navamsa, where a lot of emphasis is being given on the communication, about the resourcefulness, about acquiring new skill. And this time period is going to be from the month of April to the month of July. In the month of June and July, Saturn is also going to go retrograde, but it is going to stay in the Shravan nakshatra's third pada. So I mean to say, guys, this is going to be a time period where you can encash a lot from Saturn's transit in this Shravan nakshatra. Not only that, guys, even while taking out the auspicious timings, it is being believed that any task undertaken or started in the time of predominance of Shravan nakshatra goes towards the successful final completion. So a lot related to permanent victory, laying foundation for something concrete, substantial in your life, can be associated with the transit of Saturn in the Shravan nakshatra in the year 2021. Let's move ahead, guys. The next slow moving planet which is going to impact our lives due to its transit in the year 2021, which is important to study, is the planet Rahu. Now the case with Rahu is that whithersoever Rahu transits, basis your ascendant, it is being seen and it is being observed that certain degree of luck can be experienced in that particular house. Sudden thrust of fascination, obsession towards the signification of the house has been observed in the lives of many people wheresoever Rahu is being transiting in their house from the ascendant. So I mean to say, guys, in the year 2021, Rahu is majorly going to transit even within the Taurus zodiac sign, where it is transiting currently in the Rohini nakshatra. So a major like 3/4 of its time in the year 2021, it's going to be spent in the Rohini nakshatra. Now you need to understand the qualities which gets represented by Rohini. Rohini is a nakshatra which is being ruled by the planet Moon. Rohini represents all kind of civilization, production, allure, charm, good interpersonal skills. So I mean to say, Rahu, which in itself represents materialistic desires, Rahu has got that insatiable appetite. And at the time when I made a video on understanding the result of Rahu's transit in this Taurus zodiac sign, I already explained it to you people, that this transit is actually going to invoke and encourage Rahu to attain the financial and materialistic desires which it always craves for. So I mean to say, in this Rohini Nakshatra, Rahu's energy is going to manifest in the form in the year 2021, where native is definitely going to make himself or herself financially stable, financially secure, and lot of efforts will be put forth in the form of attaining luxury or in the form of attaining comforts in the life. This is something which you can see as a form of probable results for Rahu's transit in the Rohini Nakshatra, which is going to remain from the month of February till the month of October. You can attach it with that. And when we talk about the Kritika Nakshatra, where Rahu is going to stay only for the 2 months in the November and December, there could be a little bit of the turmoil and the clash of energies, because Kritika is a nakshatra which is being ruled by Rahu's enemy Sun. And the second thing is that Rahu's way of functioning has got little bit of the wheel of illusion in it. There is little bit of the manipulation, there is little bit of the diplomacy in it. But when we talk about the functioning of Kritika, there is a very on your face approach, because of which there Rahu's functioning, Rahu's plans could get into bone of contention. But apart from that, for the major and the majority of the year of 2021, Rahu's transit in the Rohini Nakshatra could be seen as a very good sign for all the people who are connected with the fields of import and export, anything related to travel business, anything related to financial markets, anything related to art and mass media business. All these people can straight away get benefited because of the Rahu's transit in the year 2021 in the Rohini Nakshatra. Let's move ahead, guys. If you need to understand the transit of Ketu in the year of 2021. So as you people know that Ketu will be transiting in the sign of Scorpio throughout the year 2021. Now it is very important, because whichsoever house Ketu transit from your ascendant, it has the capacity to bring lifetime changes in the signification of that house. Any form of churning out, all form of transformation, being and becoming perfectionist in the signification of the house where Ketu is transiting from your ascendant, all of that remains possible whichever time Ketu is transiting in that particular house in your chart. Now the second thing is that behind the Scorpio zodiac sign, Ketu will be transiting in the nakshatra of Jyeshtha and in the nakshatra of Anuradha. Now you need to understand that Jyeshtha is a nakshatra which is being ruled by the planet Mercury, where a lot of emphasis is being given to attaining power, attaining some leadership role, proving your supremacy in the society. So I mean to say, let's say for example, if in the year of 2021 you are running the fortunate time periods, Dasha period, which signify some kind of attainment of power. So the transit of Ketu could promise you that. And along with that, when Ketu will be transiting the Anuradha Nakshatra from the month of July till the month of December. So Anuradha represents all kind of friendly endeavors, becoming a part of the group and attainment of your goals in a very amiable way. And you cannot even ignore the fact that Anuradha is a nakshatra which is being ruled by the planet Saturn, which is definitely going to be very empowered in this particular year's transit. And last, guys, if you need to understand the transit of Jupiter throughout the year of 2021, so I've already uploaded a video where I've explained that Jupiter will be transiting in the signs of Capricorn and Aquarius throughout the year of 2021. So till the month of April, it will be transiting in the zodiac sign of Capricorn. Then from April till the month of September, it will be transiting in the sign of Aquarius. From September to November, it will transit back to the Capricorn, and finally in the month of November, it is going to move ahead in the sign of Aquarius. Now the good part about this transit is going to remain that Jupiter's optimism might get suppressed, might get completely surrendered to the power and the disciplined streak of Saturn at the time when it is going to be transiting in the sign of Capricorn, being conjunct with already placed strong Saturn over there. But once it is going to move to the sign of Aquarius, that could be seen as a very fortunate time in working hard towards fulfillment of your goals, of your desires, along with becoming a part of the larger groups. You can look at it from that particular perspective as well. So this is something, guys, which I wanted to tell you and share a sneak peek of the planetary general movement in the year of 2021. Now we will try to understand by making a blend of all of these planets that what kind of results they are going to bring in our lives in the year of 2021. Okay friends, now we will try to understand the impact of planetary transits in the year of 2021 specific to your Leo Ascendant. Now, the approach is very simple. Whenever we have to do the yearly predictions, we always give emphasis to the condition of the slow moving planets, out of which Saturn gets the maximum attention. So now what is going to happen is that during the major phase of this year of 2021, Saturn will be transiting in the nakshatra of Shravan. Now Shravan is a nakshatra which is being ruled by the planet Moon, which represents knowledge and which also represents being accessible, keeping your ears open towards any form of knowledge, advice, suggestions, feedback which you can receive from the world. So I mean to say, if we have to talk about the 6th house where Saturn will be transiting in your this year of 2021, so 6th house represents your health, concerns of your fitness, concerns of your daily work life, all those people who report to you, how you deal with your enemies, opponents, challenges, debts. So somehow some of the features of 6th house overlap with the attributes of Saturn because of the only reason that our ancient sages, they attached Saturn as one of the significator, Karaka of the 6th house. So this transit of Saturn in your 6th house in the said nakshatra can be seen as very beneficial for you, where you can definitely going to get all those opportunities, all those kind of provisions to bring a structure in your life. Now the second thing is that the only red flag, rather I would say, which I'm seeing over here is that your bar of perfection for your own performance might go altogether to a very high level, and the same way you could become little bit critical towards all those people who report to you, your juniors, your subordinates, how they are performing, your terms with them. So the only one word of advice which I want to give you specifically in the perspective of Saturn's transit in your 6th house, that remain open and accessible towards receiving all kind of suggestion, feedback which you can receive from all those people who are a part of your daily life. That's one thing which I want to advise. Second thing is that, see, 6th house is also the house of diseases. So I mean to say, many times I have seen that if someone takes too much of the pressure related to work, because Saturn represents profession, Saturn represents career for all of us, irrespective of which planet is your 10th house lord. And the way Saturn functions, the way Saturn works, is very simple. Saturn wants to show you truth, Saturn wants to show you reality, Saturn wants to show you the very limits by making you go through all the obstacles, all the struggles. But this way Saturn is trying to give you and make you strong. Saturn is the only planet amongst all the planets which has the capability to make you great, take you to the top of the peak of your chosen field. So I mean to say, this transit can be seen as very beneficial for all the Leo Ascendant people in how they are going to structure their life, give attention to their concerns of health and fitness, bring order to their life, and most importantly how they are going to look at the challenges, obstacles in the face. Now the second thing is that if you have to understand the transit of Jupiter in this whole year, so Jupiter will be wavering from your 6th house, and in the period of from the month of April till the month of September, it is going to transit to your 7th house. Now the only thing is that, see, in your case Jupiter for the Leo Ascendant people becomes a bit important planet because it has the rulership of one of the Trikona Bhav as well, the 5th house, trine house, and most importantly there Jupiter's Mool Trikona sign goes. So I mean to say, Jupiter getting weak and debilitated in the 6th house just gives us this attention that somehow your intellect, your way of thinking, your behavior could get completely overwhelmed because of the responsibilities, because of the pressure. Sixth house is not a very easy house. No matter Saturn is getting strengthened over there, but the way Saturn works is that it is a slow moving planet. It takes time in giving you results. And the second thing is that all what he wants out of you is hard work. So I mean to say, during this time, the optimism of Jupiter might get skimmed. During any challenging times, you need to keep your degree of optimism to a higher level. That's one thing which I want to advise you. Now the second thing is that in this year, your career prospects are definitely going to come into the limelight. I mean to say, Rahu and Ketu will be in your axis of 10th house and the 4th house. And Rahu is already transiting in the Taurus zodiac sign. And behind Taurus zodiac sign, in the major portion of the year of 2021, Rahu will be transiting in the nakshatra of Rohini. Now, Rohini again is a nakshatra which is being ruled by the planet Moon. And the second thing is that Rohini represents all form of comforts, all form of luxuries, all kind of beauty and elegance. So I mean to say, your career significations are somehow connected and aligned in a way that whatsoever hard work you're going to do in this year of 2021, which Saturn is overlooking at it from the 6th house, it is definitely going to decide how much comforts, how much opportunities you're going to attract in the battlefield of your career, in the prospects and the arena of your career. Because see, the position of Rahu in the 10th house, whether you have to look at it from the Vedic astrology perspective or whether from the Western astrology perspective, Rahu's placement in the 10th house or Rahu's transit in the 10th house is considered as a very beneficial placement. So I mean to say, this transit can definitely bring some foreign contact, some foreign opportunity, out of the box thinking, getting sudden appraisals, suddenly getting popular because of the projects you have executed at workplace. So I mean to say, this year is definitely going to be a very beneficial year for you for all of your career related significations. Now the second thing is that Ketu will be transiting in your 4th house. Now whenever we have to look at from the transit of Ketu in the 4th house, that too it will be transiting in the first half in the nakshatra of Jyeshtha, and in the second half Ketu will be transiting in the nakshatra of Anuradha. So the first half need to be spent in a way that you should not get into any kind of ego battle in your domestic matters, like dealing with your mother, dealing with your family members, any of the household domestic decisions that needed to be taken with full of wisdom, with full of contemplation, rather than driven by a rush of ego, a rush of dominance, trying to prove your supremacy. So try not to get into any form of ego battles. Now the second thing is that, see, whenever we talk about Ketu's transit in the 4th house, it just tells about there could be all those kind of situations where you might remain little bit away from the house, away from your dwelling because of the responsibilities of your work life, because of the responsibilities of your career front. So there you need to make a fair balance, because otherwise what is going to happen is that 4th house is not only your domestic life, it's not only your physical home, it also represents your inner contentment and your peace. So I mean to say, this year you need to make a fair and healthy balance. Now what is going to happen is that in the second half of the year of 2021, now what is going to happen is that Jupiter will come out of the difficulty of a Dushtana Bhav of the 6th house, and it will enter in your 7th house for a brief period of time. And when Ketu will move to your Anuradha Nakshatra in the second half of year of 2021, that period of time could be seen as little bit mellowed, little bit relaxing for you, specifically while fulfilling all of your duties. And I've already explained it to you that this year, especially at your career front, great successes can be achieved. So okay guys, this is something which I wanted to give you a generalized overview of what is going to happen basis your ascendant in this whole year of 2021. Okay friends, now we will start picking up each category one by one, and we will try to look at with a narrowed vision that what exactly is happening in that area of your life. So the first category is of looking at your career front. So now whenever we have to scrutinize someone's career prospects, we always give attention to the 10th house of your career, your professional ambitions, aspirations. We give attention to the 6th house, which is about how you execute your duties, how you meet and face the challenges. Third house also tells about all kind of efforts you make in order to bring a change in your life, in your work life. So I mean to say, what is going to happen is that for your career perspective, Rahu in the 10th house is a very beneficial placement, which is definitely going to create some kind of churning up in order to bring those opportunities which could be financial in nature. Your work life in this year can definitely bring all those kind of environment, all those kind of ambience where you are definitely going to enjoy your work life much better as any of the previous year. And along with that, some new opportunity, sudden fame for the way you executed your duties, responsibilities, all of that can be seen, can be foreseen due to the placement of Rahu in your 10th house. Now the second thing is that Saturn is in any case bringing a structure in your 6th house. Saturn is actually bringing all kind of opposition, all kind of resistance which you could have otherwise faced at your career or at your work front. Now you will definitely see that all of your juniors, your subordinates might start paying heed to you. They might start becoming loyal to you, or they might start giving more support to you. So all of the supports which you are going to derive during this year of 2021 can definitely help you progress your career aspirations and derive some good results specifically at your career front. Now what is going to happen is that Jupiter will also be aspecting your 10th house with its 5th aspect. Now whenever we have to talk about Jupiter's aspect, I've already explained this thing, that a teacher, a guru only has blessings to give. Even if the planet like Jupiter, if it is debilitated, even after that its aspect gets little bit weak, but it still has blessings only to give. So I mean to say, from your career perspective, this whole year's theme is coming out to be like that. You will definitely find and feel yourself more empowered, deriving more strength, more support, and trying to sail into some new areas, new opportunities, and all of those successes which you have had in your mind can be achieved in this year of 2021. Okay friends, now after looking at the planetary alignments and their contribution for your career related concerns, now we will try to find out what the tarot energies are indicating us specifically for your career related concerns. So the cards which I have received are, the first card is the Two of Wands. Trust me, there cannot be any better card to come for your career related questions. I mean to say, Wands represents fire element. This guy who is standing on the top of a cliff, who is holding a globe in his one hand, which represents your worldly desires, and standing on a top firm holding the wand just tells about he is in a very strengthened, in a very empowered position. Not only he has gained mastery over whatever was allotted to him, whatsoever responsibilities he was handling, but now he is aspiring to expand his horizon. So I mean to say, this card is actually telling us and kind of validating us whatsoever we have seen in the planetary alignments, that you will be definitely be in a state and position of power in this year of 2021 for your career related concerns. And the second card, guys, which came of the major arcana card, that card came out to be the Hanged Man. The Hanged Man card, but this card is reversed. So which is just giving us this indication only that the Hanged Man card reversed, specifically related to your career related concerns, just tells about sometimes inability to let go. It could tell about little bit of the being adamant, being obstinate as well. So I mean to say, in order to move ahead in your career related concerns in this year of 2021, I have already told you Saturn is transiting in your 6th house, but it is transiting in the nakshatra of Shravan, which is all about hearing to the wise counsel and advices. If in this year you are going to act out of becoming an egoistic person while dealing with the your subordinates, all those people who report to you, not paying heed to their demands, listening to their feedback, then these kind of circumstances or some form of obstacles could come in your way. So the only one word of advice which I want to give you after looking at this card is that try not to be obstinate and do not be in this state of letting go of those things which needed to be shed off to bring a harmony in your work life. Now the second category, guys, is about looking at purely for your financial state this year of 2021. So whenever we have to look at the financial concerns, we always give attention to the second house, which tells about finances, your buying, selling, your assets, and we also give attention to the 11th house, which tells about all kind of supplementary income, all kind of opportunities. So I mean to say, in your case, specifically for the Leo Ascendant people, all of the matters of your finances are being taken care by Mercury. So what is going to happen over here is that, see, in your case, the good part is that Rahu from the 10th house is looking at your second house of finances with its 5th aspect. So the only thing which I want to advise over here is that try to curb your habit of spending extravagantly this year. That too specifically if your approach is to make a statement, outshine other people, impress other people. Try not to get into that mode. The second thing is that new channel of income can definitely be created during this year. Your financial state, I'm not seeing any vulnerability over there, and the good part is that, so I mean to say, Jupiter is in its transit somehow aspecting your important financial houses. When it is in the 6th house conjunct with Saturn, it is looking at your house of finances with its 9th aspect. And when Jupiter is going to move to your 7th house in transit from April to September, then with its 5th aspect, it will be looking at your 11th house. So from your financial perspective, this year can definitely create some new opportunities, and all of that could only happen only if you will imbibe a discipline in your life. Make it a habit of not going extravagant in order to outshine other people, and any of the out of the box way of thinking could definitely bring good financial gains this year for you. The cards which I received as a theme, as the kind of energies which we can expect for this year for you people is, the first card which came out, guys, is of 6 of Wands, which is definitely creating good energy that yes, all kind of your financial income, financial aspiration can be achieved, success can be achieved in all of those endeavors which will be made in order to have the financial goals in your mind. So this card is creating very good energy. You are also going to get the support of other people as well. People will pay heed to you, people will listen to you. So for example, if you are a salesman, you are going to sell, you're going for your appointments, your client meetings, so you will definitely get all the appointments. You will be able to schedule the appointments, but the important is after going there, how you present yourself. That will completely be dependent on you, how much hard work you have done with your Saturn in your 6th house. But apart from that, you will remain lucky in creating those opportunities where people will listen to you. The second card, guys, which came out for the concerns of your finances is the Ace of Cups, which came out to be reversed. So which is just giving us this indication only that try not to be unrealistic this whole year, because Saturn being empowered, Jupiter is completely succumbing to a strengthened Saturn, completely surrendering to it. So I mean to say, try not to be very imaginative and driven by emotions. Expect some financial gain, like someone to just help you, driven by emotions, driven by relationship. You need to be concrete, be realistic while dealing with people in the matters of finances. The third card which came, guys, that is again of Knight of Pentacles. Knight in itself represents all form of energies, and I've already explained it to you. Knight of Pentacles is reversed, so try not to be bit aggressive, be in a rush while making any financial decisions. That's one thing which I want to tell you. And the last and the final major arcana card which came in this category is of the Magician card, which came out to be reversed. So the Magician card with reversed just tells about this only, that little bit of the indecisiveness. Try not to leave yourself only to luck, like something is going to happen with a flash of light on its own. You need to be well prepared, you need to be putting efforts in order to create some financial opportunity. You have to do your homework properly, leaving no space for any kind of confusion, any kind of discrepancy. Moving ahead, guys, now we will try to find out what is happening at your relationship front. Now, whenever we have to scrutinize the astrological chart with an intention of finding out your social interactions in this world, we give attention to the original air houses of our astrological chart, like third house, which tells about your interaction within your neighborhood with your siblings, seventh house, which tells about your interaction with world public at large with your life partner. We give attention to the 11th house, which tells about your interaction with the large group activities, club membership. So I mean to say, guys, these kind of prediction videos, these kind of transit yearly videos are designed in a way to encourage you, to help you progress towards your success. So I mean to say, this year the advice which I want to give you is that your time is very precious, specifically for all of your career related goals which you can achieve in this year. So I mean to say, you have to be little bit wise enough to while making choices, like whichsoever people you will be hanging out, are like, is spending time with them is actually going to give you some kind of value addition or not. So I mean to say, in this year I'm seeing you becoming more independent, more self-sufficient, rather than relying on other people to get your share of desired success. I mean to say, the transit of Jupiter, when it will enter your 7th house, that brief period of time, like for example from April till September and then from November onwards, can still be seen as a promising time where some kind of socialization can bring good opportunities for you. But apart from that, in the major portion of this year, I will suggest to you, and there will be heightened possibility that your time will be spent more fulfilling your responsibilities. Now, which could be like, for a student, it will be sharing and spending more time with your batchmates, with all those students in the class, and all those students who are good in academics, and spending time more with them discussing academics might help you benefit. Same goes with all those people who are in freelance industry, for all those people who are into any form of career related dreams, competitive exams they're eyeing for. So I mean to say, whenever we have to do the yearly predictions, we always look at the things on a broader way. So I mean to say, the theme for this year which I'm looking at for you people is that there will be heightened chances and possibilities that you might be preoccupied with your responsibilities, which might not give you that frame of spending leisure time with people, which is also in your advantage. Now, the card which I received as a part of the theme from tarot, that card turned out to be the Fool card, which came out to be reversed. So this is just giving us this indication that try not to act a bit foolish in the form of while making choices. The people you want to spend your time with, people you want to hang out with, the kind of activities which you want to get a part of. So I mean to say, this year I'm not seeing much of the advantage, much of the benefits coming out of in socialization, and also there could be little bit of the enigmatic and confusing situation which might also erupt if you will without giving proper attention. If you'll spend your time with some casual acquaintances, you can decode this card from that angle as well. And the last category, guys, is for the students. What is happening for the students this year? So like, whenever we have to look at the state of your academics, we always give attention to the 5th house of your astrological chart. Now, as you can fairly see that your 5th house lord Jupiter is getting debilitated in your 6th house, and it is getting debilitated and it is getting conjunct with Saturn. Although it is undergoing a cancellation of debilitation, Neech Bhang Raj Yoga, but at the same time Jupiter is getting completely starved. So you can achieve your the grades which you want to achieve, the choice of college you want to get admission, all of that can be achieved, but the only way of achieving those things are by hard work. This year, and the theme of this year is not of some lucky breaks for you, some kind of epiphanies, some kind of lucky breaks. This year is all designed and carved for you in a way that you will work hard and you will become a strong contender after that to getting and enjoying all the comforts and fruits of success. This is something which I want to tell you. The card which I received are, the first card which came out is of the Two of Pentacles. So for the students, there could be little bit of the confusion of, while whether it's about deciding your subjects, whether it's about, how to do proper time allocation. So all of that can give you little bit kind of these kind of enigmatic, confusing situations. So the only thing which I want to advise is that try to bring a structure while planning your academics this year. The second card which turned out was of the Knight of Wands, which is reversed. So which is just giving us this hint only that Wands is the again the element of fire. So I mean to say, okay, that's one thing that you are completely putting yourself in your academics, in your academic goals, but there has to be proper strategy, there has to be proper vision. If you will go without having a concrete strategy and plan in your hand, in your mind, you might end up wasting lot of your energy spent on wrong endeavors. You can see this card and get the learning from this card. And the final major arcana card which came, that is the Chariot card. So which is a very strong card, which in itself tells about, your dreams specifically related to your academics can come true this year. The choice of college you want to get into, the grades which you want to achieve, the skill which you want to excel, everything can happen this year, but only with hard work. This is something which you can see as a part of the theme which we can see from tarot. So this is something, guys, which I wanted to tell you as a part of the yearly predictions for all of you Leo Ascendant, the Lions of the Zodiac. Once again, I'll pray to Lord Shiva that Lord Shiva's grace shall shine upon you. All of your wishes should come true this year. And for further more updates and notification on the science of astrology, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and like my Facebook.